talking about today. Now, according to a Punch revelation, the presidential ambition of former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi is facing serious resistance from some northern political stakeholders and sections of the electorate. Now, some stakeholders, according to this revelation, have disclosed that majority of northerners had yet to embrace his party. That's the new Nigerian Democratic Congress, NDC. It was also gathered that some northern leaders had started warning their followers against the party, while portraying Obi and his running mate, that's Rabiu Kwankwaso, as anti-northern interest. Now, this is what we're going to be talking about today on Matters. How will these affect their 2027 election bid? And do they have time between now and the general election to convince some northerners that they are not a ram that's forbidden? You can call me Solo, you can call me Mr. Solo, you can call me Souls, you can call me Mr. Souls, but officially I am Solomon Ofem. Welcome to Matters. If you're just tuning in, this is Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Again, what are we talking about? The presidential ambition of former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi is facing serious resistance from some northern political stakeholders and sections of the electorate, if the revelation we got from Punch is anything to go by. Now, some stakeholders have disclosed that majority of northerners had yet to embrace the party, the Nigerian Democratic Congress, NDC. It was also gathered that some northern leaders had started warning their followers against the party, while portraying Obi and his running mate Rabiu Kwankwaso as anti-northern interest. In one of the political materials being circulated across some social media and especially WhatsApp platforms in the region, Obi and Kwankwaso were projected as a ram that's forbidden. Last Tuesday, there were reports that some angry youths in Ungongo local government area of Kano State burnt Obi and Kwankwaso's campaign posters. Similarly, a member of the Kano State House of Assembly, Muhammad Thomas, who recently joined the NDC from the All Progressives Congress, APC, returned to APC. The National Publicity Secretary of the Arewa Consultative Forum, Professor Tukur Muhammad Baba, said that the NDC had yet to gain significant visibility and acceptance among northern voters. Helping us to dissect this is Wale Akinremi. He's a legal practitioner and a public affairs analyst. Comrade Akinremi, thank you very much for joining us on Matters today.
God bless my brother. God bless our listeners. How are we doing?
Very fine. Thank you. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Now, let's try to make sense of this situation. Now, one of the reasons, I suppose, that Peter Obi decided to work with Rabiu Kwankwaso is because of the northern popularity that we hear that he has. So help me make sense of this. First of all, do you believe in this revelation? And if yes, tell us what you think about this before we start picking out some of these situations one by one.
Well, God bless you, my brother. You see, in politics, the fact always remains that you storm, you don't subtract. You know, if you want to win the election. So one will not particularly blame Obi, you know, for trying to work together with Kwankwaso. Also, it's not something that is always easy to get a politician, heavyweight politician in this circumstance that Obi find himself, to deputize to, from the core, not especially, not from the middle belt now, but from either the northeast or the northwest. So that's what will lead to the idea of getting the Kwankwaso, who Itato had said that is bigger than Peter Obi politically, and that he has a PhD that Obi does not have, that he even performed better than Obi when he was a state governor. But in politics, you don't fight till infinity. You have to reconcile. And the Kwankwaso that carries the toga of having a Kwankwansia, that could be able to, galvanize votes for Obi in the north. It's not really very bad, because presently I do not have another northerner that I would have recommended. Be that as it may, when we look at the facts before us, I think sometimes politicians, we paint them, in a picture that is clearer and bigger than what they actually represent. In any case, in the last election in 2023, Peter Obi defeated this Kwankwaso that we are talking about in the north. Peter Obi defeated him. Peter Obi won more states and more total votes when you look at it. Kwankwaso managed to win about 6 states, if I remember very vividly, in the north. That's around, I think, Kano, Jigawa, Zamfara. I think he only won 1 state in the northeast.
Yes.
That is in Bauchi. Are you getting me now? So when you sum the total votes, let's come to terms with the facts of present politics. The only politician that comes alive with personal votes in this country is Peter Obi. That's a fact. I'm not even an obedient, but that's a fact, of our present situation. So they have gotten Kwankwaso. Really, is just going to help Obi around the axis of same Kano, Jigawa, and all that. Obi has, his own identity. The obedience are like a movement. When you build like an ideology, an ideology is not something, you can kill so many things, but killing an ideology is not very easy. So definitely, even in the northern part where Kwankwaso will say that it's an advantage, Obi has signed him just coming out for the first time. So Kwankwaso is not the bigger picture here now. Far from it. In fact, the gap would have been so terrible if not for the fact that, in Kano, it was like practically they worshipped him where he got almost 1 million votes. If you take that off, Obi is far away from him in the northern part. You see Obi beating him 400 plus to 8,000 and all that. So it's not that Kwankwaso is a small fish, but at the same time, maybe if I'd been another person, which I don't have, I must not lie, it's not easy to, because it seems there is an agenda presently with some northern elites. If you see the, I don't know.
Let's take it turn by turn. Let's take it one by one, rather. Let's start with these two figures, the Obi and Kwankwaso. Now, if I heard you correctly, you said in the general terms, even in the north, Obi is a bigger personality than Kwankwaso in the north. Is that's what you said?
How do we know a striker in football?
The amount of goals he scores.
How do we know a politician that is accepted in politics during elections? You understand? In the north, Obi defeated him. Obi got about 2.08 votes.
He had more votes in the north than Kwankwaso.
In the north. With that, and Obi no they give shit. So it's an organic thing. Organic thing.
He didn't need to buy his vote.
It's an organic thing. So people voted him Obi in the north more than Kwankwaso. I'm not rubbishing Kwankwaso.
So now,
but the belt is not largely beyond Kano and Jigawa.
Okay. Now, the huge question now is then, what's the point of bringing Kwankwaso in if he cannot help governor support in the north?
I have said it. I said, the present challenge is the fact that it seems the north is more serious than the south when about the next presidential election. If you notice very well, there's no
I mean, the North is always serious than the South when it comes to election. That's a given, isn't it?
In this instance, I think it's quite different.
Okay, how so?
If you look at the tactics that they are using, is that it's likely that it will be that will hit their votes again in the North if they are supporting Atiku. It will be a sort of, I'm sorry to use the word, blackmail against Obi and his deputy. They are fighting Kwankwaso seriously now in the North. The Kwankwaso people are also making the mistake of, instead of going diplomatic, they are returning fire for fire. You get it now. So they say Kwankwaso is related with an Obi who is coming, to fragment their political structure, their electoral opportunity. You get it now.
Okay.
Who is coming to and from there, Kwankwaso people also started attacking Ahmadu Bello, and you make a great blunder. The greatest blunder when you go to the North and you attack Ahmadu Bello.
And Ahmadu Bello is a huge personality in the North.
Is deifying in the North. So going to the North, to attack Ahmadu Bello. So in the North now, Ahmadu Bello is being attacked in the North
by the Kwankwaso movement.
Yes. The people of Ahmadu Bello, northern establishments are also attacking. So with this now, I do not see Kwankwaso coming back with almost 1 million votes, to help Obi in that particular. So they are focusing them. But we're not going to blame Obi. We're not going to blame Obi for the fact that you can't run without a deputy. And I do not. It's like the elites in the North. Yeah, you get it now. They seems to be working towards one candidate.
Okay.
You get it now. And it's difficult to shop for strong vice president from the northern part of the country.
Now, how would you compare Kwankwaso's personality to Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed?
No, that cannot even stand Kwankwaso. The only advantage that he would have is that in terms of controversy, it does not have a baggage. When you are too much into politicking and you've been contesting, people will get to know you, you have a name, you have supporters and all that. But the more popular you are, the more
skeleton will be discovered in your cupboard.
The more controversies that will trail you, the more opportunities for people to throw a mudslinging at you. So that's just going to be the difference. But in terms of coverage, organic support, and all that structure, Kwankwaso is far away from Datti. But Datti would have been less controversial. Would have been less controversial. But still, that kind of vote is enough to attract whoever, to want to pick Kwankwaso. Because that kind of vote, no matter what it is, he's not going to come back with almost 1 million. I think he got 987,000 votes then. In 2023, he can't get up to that. There's no way.
But at the end of the day, winning just in Kano in the North is definitely not good enough if you are to win a presidential election.
Well, we wouldn't say. Because 1 million votes is heavy in the presidential election.
It is.
The next presidential election that we are having in Nigeria is just going to be so close, just like it happened in 2023. So we can't say 1 million votes is small. It's not small, But in other places, it's always coming back with 4,000 and 3,000, and all that. So except about 2-3 places where you got 90 plus vote. So whereas Obi was getting 400, 300, 200 in the same North. So in terms of organic thing, I think it's still the obedience that will help the system more. But if it could also gather, if it's going to get the exact votes that he got the other time, 1.5 million, almost 1.5 million votes, to Obi's stock. I think it will raise things, But with this direct attack from the North, I can tell you that they mean business. They mean business.
Now, There is another argument between Kwankwaso and Atiku. Who do you think is a bigger figure in the north and will attract more votes in the election?
Let's tell ourselves the truth. Atiku does not belong to the class of Kwankwaso. That is too far. You can't be comparing Kwankwaso and Atiku in Nigerian politics. Where was Kwankwaso when Atiku was, almost becoming the candidates for the SDP in the early 90s? Are you getting what I'm saying? And he's been around all through. He's been the vice president.
I mean, he's been a national figure for a very, very long time.
And I do tell people, one of the politicians in Nigeria that I respect in terms of democratic credentials is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. We will not see him causing problem and all that. I think we can go to court, to ask questions about 20, 30 times in the day. That's democratic. I give it to you. So now, why Kwankwaso cannot stand him is the fact that he has better spread. Somebody that I inherited, the political structure of General Yaradua. Are you getting what I'm saying now?
Okay.
So that gap is damn too wide. Beyond that, the war chest, the financial war chest of Atiku, where is Kwankwaso going to get that? Atiku does not need to borrow money to contest a presidential election in Nigeria. I don't want to discuss that. I want to listen to him. I read him some, I was able to deduce some things. Atiku is stupendously rich. You guys are possible together. And you see, to run an election in Nigeria, they need money. Let us face the
because
truth.
of the kind of politics, the money politics we play.
Because of the kind of Nigerians, even the people.
True.
You guys know, the organic support that Obi, enjoyed in 2023, if he were to have the financial backing of Bola Tinubu or Atiku Abubakar, it would have grown. But I can tell you that, is it not our people? Put them somewhere, let another opponent buy the agent bread. He will go and relax himself somewhere. You get what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
So it is a factor, it's a serious factor. We cannot deny that. We can't pretend that it's not a factor. You get it now. It's a factor, it's played its role, it's still going to play its role. How do you mobilize? How do you fund? Some people just to vote because they have given them a t-shirt, because he has been given one kicking of foul, building prisoners and all that. So it's a factor in Nigerian election. It's a serious factor.
Now, a lot have been made of this Obi and Kwankwaso alliance, popularly known as the OK movement now. But who other person do you think would have helped Obi get more votes in the north? Besides, obviously we know Atiku is out of the question. Atiku can't be a vice president anymore. I mean, he and Obi, they've even worked together and it didn't work. But who's other person do you think would have in the north would have helped Obi out in terms of galvanizing votes in the north? Because if this revelation is anything to go by, it means Kwankwaso is not exactly doing a good job in terms of galvanizing support, and election is very, very close by.
Well, I think, like I said the other time, most professional politicians will not fancy Obi. That's a fact. Most professional politicians in Nigeria will not fancy Obi.
Why?
I've said it now. I mean, when you have a structure that they give CC, you get it now.
Okay.
In the absence of that, I think somebody like Ahmed El-Rufai, you understand? Somebody like Ahmed El-Rufai could have been also his controversies and all that. But aside of people like somebody like Kwankwaso, I think unless you want to come down to the middle belt and pick an Abubakar Bukola Saraki, you get it now, who also would not, accept such, Decho will not accept such an offer, So Obi is in a quagmire. The kind of approach to election, that Obi is, trying to market in the present day Nigeria, was too early. You get it now, too early. Nigerians are not already in that reality. They are not yet. They are not yet. So in the North, and I've said it, given the fact that it seems the North is trying to play a card of ensuring that their votes are not fragmented, it's difficult to really source for a vice president from the northern part.
So all things considered, it looks like Kwankwaso was one of the best choice anyway, irrespective of the situation.
I've heard that in this circumstance, you understand, Kwankwaso is not a bad choice, and it wasn't that Kwankwaso actually started this. It's an establishment thing. Don't forget that the Kwankwasos of this world are Aminu Kano orientation and all that. Aminu Kano is not of the same school of thought as the conservative Ahmadu Bellos and Tafawa Balewas of this world. So it's not a recent thing. So it's a fight that was inherited by Kwankwaso. It's there is going to be. Don't forget Kano votes. Kano votes is always radical.
True.
You understand?
True.
Yeah. Kano electorates are enlightened. It is in Kano that they vote teachers as governors. Teachers, school teachers. I'm not talking about, I'm sorry, due respect, I'm not talking about tertiary institution lecturers or whatever. I'm talking about secondary school, primary school teachers. It's in Kano that they do that with all pomp and pageantry. So Kano is radicalized in terms of voting. When they want to vote, they are not absolute. They are not conservative. They are not even conservative. So Kwankwaso inherited that ideological difference between the established conservative North and the radical North. You get it now. So that's just the thing, and it cannot change today. It cannot. It's not going to change today. So it's not a bad choice. It's the closest and the biggest around. If I didn't know that he was actually, and I respect him for that, given all that he has said before. So possibly he also has an agenda. Maybe he wants to take over from Obi after they must have done their tenure. Maybe he feels that.
I mean that's what's being peddled around.
Which is not bad. An average human being should have an ambition, as long as it's within the gamut of the law. There's nothing bad about that. So possibly he is also thinking that with Obi, maybe we have similar reasoning, thoughts and all that. Maybe we could change things around it. Only God knows. But I think for him not to have opted for APC or ADC, I think it's not all about material. There is something about it.
It's weird how something that is supposed to be a positive is now being looked as a negative because of the kind of politics we play. We keep hearing this Obi no they give shishi, Obi is very stingy, of Obi is he's trying to play clean politics, which is supposed to be positive, a positive thing. But in Nigeria, because of the kind of money politics we play, it is now looking like a negative when it comes to politics. Do you think that is detrimental to his ambition of being the president of a country like Nigeria?
It is. That's a fact. It is. You see, we have been involved in activism, legal activism, training activism, and all that, trying to correct things in Nigeria. Do you know that largely it could also be because of the fact that we are already pauperized? And you see, a man that is hungry, if he's not deeply knowledgeable, and which is also part of poverty, a man that is hungry, the first thing is what he's going to eat, not the source, not the consequence. Are you getting me?
Not what he's going to eat in 4 years, what he's going to eat now.
Poverty is already weaponized to the extent that it determines, it determines the reasoning, of the populace. Whatever they are going to do is attached to bread and butter alone. The source of the bread, the content of the bread, the consequence of eating it does not bother at that moment. Only few people, few Nigerians today will say that, a man that I don't know from anywhere says that, please help me vote Wale Akinremi, just manage this 10,000 naira and buy a soft drink, a bottle of soft drink. Will not go and do that. Are you getting me now? So money is a factor in elections in Nigeria today. I'm not talking about you coming out to tell me that you won your state assembly election. Are you getting me now? Without spending money, possibly. But as of today, not even Buhari won without money. Buhari needed to work with some people to now eventually be able to win the election. Not even Yaradua, not even Obama. We knew people that bankroled his election in 1999. In 2023, we knew how it was bankroled and all that. So because of the tendencies in Nigeria, the tendencies are so intricate that you don't know. My brother, even when you meet religious leaders, when they tell you that a religious group, is supporting a particular candidate, please don't believe that it is free. Even in Freetown,
you have to give them tithe and offering.
After all said and done, you understand. Maybe you're going to paint that premises. Maybe you're going to get them. Money is a huge factor. It's a huge factor.
Now, another question is why always the North? It looks like we can't play any politics without the North. Must Obi pick someone from the North? Why not someone, he's from the Southeast? Why not someone from the Southwest or South or Middle Belt? Most times it has to be core North. What is it about the kind of politics being played in the North that it either have to be a northern president or a northern vice president for the election to be complete, as it were?
Not only that, you also have to put into consideration the fact that it's not just the North. It's also about the Northwest and the Northeast. The North Central, is not largely that influential.
I'm actually talking about the North generally, obviously, besides the North Central or the Middle Belt.
When you talk about the North, there is no way we will run politics with a whole region that has the highest number of states, and by whatever population census has the highest number of voters and all that. I mean, you can't do without cutting them. So it's natural, it's normal, it's ideal, it's real. There's no way you're going to do. How on earth would a presidential candidate from the South pick a vice from the South? It's never going to work. It's marginalization. It's political marginalization. It's suicidal. You can't do that. It's not going to work.
Political suicide.
No, it's not. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
But there are some people that don't believe in the numbers being displayed in the North, because we've heard stories or rumors or allegations of a lot of underage voting, a lot of padding up the numbers just to make it constantly favor the North. What do you think about that?
I don't know about that. We see all sort of videos and all that. In the last election, we also saw some videos from another region from the South where kids were voting and all that. Even at that, I think it boils down to what we have said before: weaponization of poverty. You get it now. So why should voting be that important to an underage person, if not for the fact that it will be mobilized with 1,000, 2,000 and all that? Not only that it's illegal, it's inhuman, it's criminal. So it's something. Those that are not doing underage voting also do some other things. A whole lot of manipulations. Because you see, we have to come to terms with the fact that politics is the biggest business in all the third world countries. This thing that myself and yourself and our listeners are doing, we're just in the theoretical aspects of politicking. Those that are into it, okay, I know some people that have been contesting, have been winning, have been contesting, and that's what they do. They can't do any other business. It's only in politics in Nigeria that you join, and before you know it, you are the biggest person around. Then they talk about Nigerian billionaires. You get it now. We know those that made the money to do business, selling, producing, and all that. But we know those that spend anyhow, those that made money to do our economy, to do politicking. So that is why they will employ all sort of means just to make sure that they vote. It's not a regional thing. It's the way we run politics in Nigeria. It's not a regional thing. It's not a regional thing.
So how do Obi solve these Kwankwaso northern resistance situation? I mean, he's already picked him, as you said. If all things considered, he's the best running mate so far. But how does he use his personality as a Kwankwaso former governor and the Kwankwasia movement? How does he help galvanize votes from the north?
Yeah, we still have a long way to go. Election is next year, though a day is long in politics.
It's
it
feels like yesterday that was 2023. Now we're already in 2026.
Obi and Kwankwaso would need to sit and then they need to project Obi and assure the North. One, there was a card that was placed that if Obi wins, it's going to be the first time that the Southeasterner will be winning the presidential election. And Obi is promising that he's going to spend one term. The North is afraid of such a promise that is not likely to be fulfilled by a politician. How do you get to convince them that this is real? It is extremely difficult for them to believe. But if you are able to convince them, quite a good goal for Peter Obi. Now, apart from that, there's also the story, bringing back that Kwankwaso is relating with the people that, killed Ahmadu Bello and all that. That is in our past. There has to be a way by which Peter Obi would convince the North that he's going to be the president of Nigeria and not the president of the South or the president of the Southeast. Are you getting me now? So there has to be a way that will let them know that in any case, long after that, in Ambiaziki way, has helped the system, to stabilize, helping the MPN, to stabilize their system. And so many things that has happened between the North and the Southeast, and that if we don't put yesterday behind us, we are not going to see tomorrow clearly. So there has to be a way that is going to do all that. So, and they are not that difficult. It's not about, moving out, drop the social media politicking, real politics. Meet those that you should meet in the North. The North believes in arrangements and agreements. They can give that to them. They believe in arrangements, they believe in agreements. It was agreements and arrangements that made it easy, eventually gave President Bola Tinubu the ticket of the APC in the 2022 or 23. So, because they believe that it still has a better clout, to win it.
Now, it was gathered that some northern leaders started warning their followers against NDC while portraying Obi and Kwankwaso as anti-northern interest. In one of the political materials, according to this revelation, being circulated across some social media, especially WhatsApp, Obi and Kwankwaso were projected as a ram that's forbidden. Why do you think that is?
Okay, thank you. Towards 2023, Tinubu was presented as anti-Christian in this country, especially for picking a vice, who is also a Muslim. Obi is a Christian. Go and see the number of votes that Obi got in the North. In the North, as a Christian. Even in Kaduna, he got over 290 votes in Kaduna State. Are you getting me now?
Okay.
What am I trying to build? People will throw all sort of Muslims. It's for you, to reach out. And one good thing about the North is that their voice is easy to, to galvanize, to gain. By reaching out to the right people that knows the language of the electorate and how to talk to them. If he's able to do that, it's all those things that is not, and Obi be an anti-North and he wants to rule the country. It's not possible, but it's normal in politics. It's mudslinging. They do it. They will throw things at you. They will call you all sort of names and all that. So you also have a right, to work on those things that will work against you. You get it now. So it's possible. I mean, there's still a long time, for Obi to do all that.
Now, the former Labour Party vice presidential candidate Dati Baba Ahmed has said that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar would have won the 2027 presidency if he had supported Peter Obi in the 2023 presidential poll. Do you agree with that statement?
I don't agree with him. It stands against logic. If Obi had won in 2023, so Obi will now live today and ask Atiku to come and rule again. Where do they do that? Atiku will fight for his interests. People that are in support of Atiku will fight for their interests, and everybody will slug it out. Why would Atiku still be contesting in this country? Because he believes that he's going to win someday. So where did they do that? We now drop it for somebody that didn't drop it for Wiki, So it stands against logic that Atiku will have been president in 2027. What was going to happen to Obi? These agreements, we also have to look into it. Let me tell you, it is not South Africa. You understand? This is not South Africa. When you become a president, you are not only representing yourself, you are representing some certain interests. So, funny thing that people don't know that they do theoretically is that you can't just say that I'm not doing again. You are not doing what? You will finish your second term. The interest, including the international community. People don't understand that, intrigues about Nigerian politics. It's not something that somebody will just sit down and say, I'm not doing. No, you cannot say you are not doing, as long as some things are happening. So, would a bill have dropped in 2027 and now ask Atiku, Alaji Atiku, come and take over. And especially the Southeast, that Nigeria has yet to see that we should allow to even, have taste, to fully integrate. You get it now?
Yeah.
So, Obi will now go back home to Anambra and say, Indigo, I know they do again, because I'm a good Nigerian. Where do they do that?
Let's go to other opposition parties. ADC crisis continue. The David Mark-led group, they are protesting. That's the supporters of David Mark-led National Working Committee of the ADC on Monday occupied the entrance of the Federal High Court in Abuja, urging the judiciary not to allow itself to be used to stifle opposition parties in Nigeria. Now, this protest comes amid the ongoing legal battle between the ADC National Working Committee, led by Rabiu Balagombe, and that headed of Senator David Mark. The demonstrators alleged that the matter, which the Supreme Court referred back to the Federal High Court, is a ploy to distract the opposition political parties. What's your take on these legal issues in ADC?
Okay, thank you, my brother. The truth of the matter is that where you run democracy, it was always easy for us, even in the days of the military, to engage the government, because I've been NATO. Military government is an aberration. So whatever they are doing, we will still fight them. And the international community will be like, oh, it's an aberration, it's illegal, and all that. But in a democracy, if you are not careful, it is still the same law enacted that will deal with your noise. Now, you bought a vehicle that you know is having engine problem, brake issue, the rims are not okay, the tire is expired. The ADC had their problems before these experienced politicians decided to jump into it. Something should tell you that we'll be prepared for that circumstance. Something should tell you. They didn't just go to NDC.
So I keep hearing.
So if an Atiku is not smart, if an Erufai is not smart, you get what I'm saying now. If a Rauf Aregbesola that worked with Tinubu for almost 30 years is not smart, whose headache? The law is going to be the law, and nobody is going to do anything about that. So if there is anything that the law has to do or say, the law will do it, unless we choose not to test the law. Unless we choose not to do in 2018, That was 20, it was 11 or what? 2011. See how, when they were going to form Action Congress, you get it now. Do you know that Tinubu outsmarted the ruling power? They actually floated 2 other parties. And, those 2 parties were being focused. And Action Congress just came out. And it was too late to do anything. I mean, see all these things, all over the world, there are intrigues in politics. Politics is all about intrigue. No, it's not meant for the saintly person. And it's not a church or mosque thing that you be preaching morality and all that. Dog eat dogs in politics. So if you open your flanks and there's that law to deal with you, you can't do anything. They have factional leadership battle. You understand? The Supreme Court puts them out. They are still fighting it. So many procedural setbacks. Now they are fighting regulatory recognitions. So the electoral timeline is already there for them. How do we do that? How do they get out of that conundrum? So ADC is having a problem. Look at NDC, I'm telling you. I am telling you that I am cocksure that Obi knew that there could be problems with ADC because there are about over exhausting litigations before you went to that party, not after.
You're the second person that have come out on air here to say that. So you think Peter Obi knew he's not going to be in ADC. You already have a destination party at heart. He just used ADC as a vehicle to the final destination, which is NDC. Is that what you're saying?
He knew. Obi knew. But I think he did something.
Okay.
One, he used it to buy time so that nobody will know exactly what his movement is going to be eventually. As at the point that he felt like he was dead in the ADC, he was fresh in NDC, very fresh. And he didn't give him any problem. So you think that discussion with NDC, formation of NDC and all that, just started in a day? No. He was smart with it. It was a secret that they maintained very smartly. You get what I'm saying? No. I also guess that he decided to start with ADC when he was invited, so that it will not look like he is unduly difficult. It will not look like they invited him, they called him. But everybody saw, we were able to see the too much, overdue of politicking in ADC. That if an Obi will leave, you cannot blame him.
True.
After all,
I mean, it was already termed an Atiku coalition for a very long time.
Obviously. But if he did not go, they will say that Atiku was not going to contest. That it was because he didn't come. He now decided. But he was there. We saw what they were doing to him. But he knew, it didn't shock him. You will see that it didn't take him any time at all, to settle down and move on. So I think whoever is a group of his political advisor on that, I mean, we must give kudos to them. Why I say that, I'm not saying that he cannot think by himself, but the truth of the matter is that when you are at the center of a game, it's really the spectator that sees better than those that are on the field. So I'll say that those that are around him, advising, they've given him very good advice in terms of, he's going to the ADC, not committing himself unnecessarily into signing documents and all that. Then when they were about to hammer his head, he had to dodge and move away and quickly, settle down in ADC.
So what do you think will become of ADC? I mean, the deadline is, it's almost up, for them to submit all the parties' arrangement to INEC, and it looks like these legal matters wouldn't stop anytime soon. What do you think will be the fate of ADC? Do you think they'll be ready enough for the election in 2027? Because right now we don't even know if they will even have a president. I mean, on paper they have Atiku Abubakar as the presidential flag bearer, but with all these issues going on, what do you think their fate will be?
I think largely the ADC itself suffered a deadly blow, given the circumstance of legal issues of Ahmed El-Rufai. I want to guess that he was linking him intellectually. And since his challenges, they've not been finding it very easy.
The EFCC, ICPC,
he's coming out to tell
DSS,
the
all
by saying that he was, tapping the what about the
wiretap
very well.
lawsuit.
So what I'm trying to build out of that is that when you look at the ADC, it does not look like they know what they are doing. I am sorry to respect to all the members. It doesn't look like they are very serious. It doesn't look like they are very sure. You know that kind of a thing. You will see that their enthusiasm itself is not visible. It's not visible. At this time of 2022, the whole system was already rocking with primaries coming, Obi coming, Atiku coming, Wiki coming. And when you look at now, actually the conversation is almost hovering around Obi and Tinubu. They don't look like they are very serious. So I don't see.
There are people that think this will be counterproductive to Atiku in the 2027 election. Also, more so because now some are saying Atiku's vote in the 2023 general election wasn't just down to his person, as Atiku. Of course, we know he's a political heavyweight in Nigeria, but it was also because of the party he was, PDP. What's the word now? No, I'm not talking about the G5. It was also because of the structure of PDP rather. So despite the opposition from the G5, Atiku was able to galvanize the kind of vote he had. One, because of his how big of a personality he is in politics, and secondly because of the party structure of ADC, of PDP rather. I don't know why I keep going to ADC. So, but some are thinking he doesn't have that in ADC. He doesn't have the kind of party structure. Obviously, we know that PDP has been decimated, because of the internal crisis there. But he doesn't have that the party structure that PDP have in ADC. And some will also say his huge personality has plummeted a little. Do you think that will be do you agree with that? And do you think that will be a factor?
Absolutely. Those factors will be there. And I think that, as I said, it doesn't look like the party is very serious. The enthusiasm is there. You will see actually is the one speaking for himself, speaking for the party, engaging the government of Bola Tinubu, which is on Atiku. Atiku is not the type that comes around to write every now and then, So but today you see that it's like it's the public secretary to the AGC, public secretary to himself and all that. So you don't see that enthusiasm. I don't think he has the capacity to boast of, it's Obi without structure today. If we take the influence of the North away, I don't think Atiku is better than him. I don't think so. In terms of structure, in terms of those that are willing, genuinely, let's go out, let's do it. He has lost too many grants. When you look at the ADC, take Atiku, take Rauf Aregbesola. I'm sorry, due respect, forget about people like David Mark, they are not, it's won elections and all that, but we know the second of those elections. We know the second, we don't forget, some of the elections that they won and all that. So, in terms of, national spread, Atiku is the only only person with the national outlook. He can't carry it alone. He cannot carry it.
Now, there are people, lots of political analysts have deemed the 2027 another three-horse race, just like it was in 2023, and a repetition of Tinubu, Obi, and Atiku. Looks like it's going to be a repetition, although the same personality. The only difference here will be the political parties. Now, but it looks like you think it's going to be two-horse race and a three-horse race.
It's going to be three. because of one thing. Otherwise, it was going to be two. It was going to be Tinubu Obi.
Okay.
It was going to be three because of where Atiku is coming from. There are still some conservative northerners that see every time that we have a presidential election, they will always vote in northern. Atiku is going to get the conservative votes of the north. You get it now. Some of them are still going to. So that's why it's going to be a three horse race.
Some have also said, because of his financial power, that he's the only politician in Nigeria that can go toe to toe with Bola Tinubu in terms of money. He has the money and is willing to spend it, just like President Tinubu. You think that's also a factor, besides the fact that he's a northerner?
That's the major factor that pushes Obi to number 3. It's money. Yeah, money politics.
In other words, if he's a heavy spender and is ready to play the kind of money politics that's being played in Nigeria,
that's why we knew from outside that Obi can never defeat Atiku in any primaries. How's going to do it? It's not going to happen. Someone that we couldn't defeat. You see Obi that will not defeat him because Atiku is a big spender. Atiku puts money into whatever he's doing, politically and all that. I'm not blaming him for that. I don't, as long as this is the kind of policies that we still play, where a teacher cannot come out to contest and become the local government's chairman, you get it now. We carry our cross, we carry our cross.
Before I let you go, what do you think about Goodluck Jonathan variation? Because we keep up to now, we don't know where the former president stands. The faction, the Turaki faction of the PDP, have named him the presidential flag bearer of PDP. I don't want to believe that this faction would just pronounce Goodluck Jonathan without his permission. But the former president have not come out to either dismiss or accept. He has not come out to either tell Nigerians if he wants to run or he's not running. He's just mute, quiet, and his name keep popping up here and there. What do you think of that situation?
Well, President Goodluck Jonathan is not qualified to contest the presidential election. That's a fact of law.
That's not what the law says. I mean, 2 weeks ago, the appeal court ruled him eligible to contest for 2027 election.
Okay, let's see how it ends. I can guarantee you that it is explicit enough. He was sworn in as the president after the death of President Yaradua, and the contested election anymore. The fact that he contested the previous election, that one that he lost to Buhari, does not make him. Let us leave that. Let's not come back into pure politics. The way I read his body language, I don't see President Jonathan coming out. Long before now, Madam Goodluck had come out that her husband is not going to contest.
Yes,
but people visited him. He did not even say anything to them.
But why is he not coming out to say expressly that he's not going to? Why do you think he's mute? Why do you think he's keeping quiet? You think he's playing political game or what kind?
He should play now. He's a politician. He should play politics. He should play politics. But I don't know exactly why. He knows. But I have a feeling that he's not going to contest. No. He's respected globally now. He's enjoying himself in terms of recognition. Why would he need to come back to the dirty quarter of politics and all that?
He looks like he's enjoying the dirty politics because
when you look at him, he's a level-headed man. He's not an aggressive man. Even becoming the president was not something that he was running after. You get it now? Yeah. So I don't think it's now that he will now begin to now mess himself up with all sort of insult and embarrassment.
Well, it's looking like he has already started messing himself up because it's creating a whole lot of confusion. People are saying he's playing politics with his silence, which means his name is already being dragged here and there. People are already saying, what did he forget in Aso Rock?
People can drag names and all that. He didn't say he's contesting. My brother, he did not say that. He has not launched a campaign. He has not launched a committee to look into it. Are you getting me now? So when is he going to come out?
And then, but he's keeping quiet to allow a faction of PDP to pronounce him as the presidential flag bearer of of the party.
But he has the right to talk or not to talk.
True.
I won't take it against him until he comes out to say that yes, I will not even take that against him. He has the right to get it. If he now says that it's permitted, beautiful. He has every right. I don't think anybody should take it against him.
Okay. Comrade Akinremi, thank you very much for your time. It is always a pleasure talking to you. Please be picking my calls when I call you. It looks like we have to buy visa before we get you to talk to us.
Don't mind me.
Okay, it is always a pleasure talking to you, sir. Again, thank you very much for your time.
Bye.
Okay, sir. That was Wale Akinremi. He's talking to us live from Ibadan or your state via phone call. He's a current affairs analyst and, of course, a legal practitioner. It is time for your contributions. The number to call 0700-903-903-903. Again, 0700-903-903-903 and 0803-692-9933. Again, 0803-692-9933. Our WhatsApp number is available for you to call or message us on WhatsApp 081-717-56338. Again, 081-717-56338. Our fourth caller for today. Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters on VOP.
Good afternoon.
Switch off your radio set, please. Switch off your radio set.
Good afternoon, Zulu.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters on VOP. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, this is Mary. I'm calling from Prescott.
Okay, sir. Go ahead.
You see, all this, I'm beginning to feel as if you are constituently depressed. They are hitting all these Kwankwaso because it's like people are playing to the gimmicks of the opposition. Because whatever the truth be told, that APC is afraid of that ticket, and they know they have not done well. So whatever they are doing, all these 60%, 40%, is just how to create confusion. But be that as it may, we should not be, putting fire into this thing. That's the arrangement. One thing is sure, that this government, by the grace of God, they are not expected to be a minute further than 2027, 2019, because Nigerians have really seen LLA in local power. Mm-hmm. So whatever we are doing, everybody is affected. Forget this government, everybody is feeling this, whether you are rich or poor or governor, whatever you are. So I think our thing should just be let Nigerians come together and be the major opposition. Come together, get their PVC, vote and wait for that. Those people that will come and grab and snatch and wait them. That is just the thing. For Jonathan, I think it's like what you said. I feel he's not doing any good to his personality, because he should just come out and say, I'm not interested. People are dragging him to the mall and he's keeping quiet. So it's not good for his electoral thing. Integrity has been because of how he presented 2050. So people that are close to him should just advise him to come out clearly and declare a stand.
Okay.
So the worst thing he will do is to contest that election. That's what he will do for the state. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello. Yes, so welcome to Matters on VUP.
My name is Shola.
Okay, Shola.
I'm calling from Ebeda.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Your analyst, he has gone the route where I was thinking towards. But I will continue from where he stopped. What I've realized about Nigeria, like he rightly said, Like you rightly asked too, that why is it that the northerners are always in the bigger picture when it comes to elections? The thing is, when you look at the common Nigerians, I'm talking about the grassroots, they want a change as a positive change. They want things to go right. But based on religious sentiments and the kind of stronghold that their leaders, religious leaders more especially, and their rank system, of interaction. So there's a stronghold on them over there. Though it happens here too in the southwest, my own side there. So that stronghold is what chokes them.
Hello, Shola.
Oh? Hello?
We lost connection with you for a moment. Go ahead.
Let me be quick about it. So now the thing is that there are these cabals that don't want this country to work. They don't want it to work because it is out of the corruption, it is out of the stealing of resources that they are thriving. And there are many, even among the northern elites, in collaboration with other tribes. We have them in Yoruba, we have them even in the southeast. You understand? They don't want things to go well at all. So these are the same people. If they see any candidate that means well, apart from those in this particular government, because even we know that this government of APC of Tinubu, they've surrounded him, the psychopaths, and they are telling him to go on, he's doing well. We have them in the legislature. So the northern cabal, they don't want anything well. They don't want Nigeria to recover. They don't want a good person to get there. That's the problem we have. Until the Nigerian people, the grassroots, will snap out of it, but that's the difficult thing now.
Okay.
I don't know how that can be. That's the difficult thing. May God help this country.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Solo, good afternoon. This is MD, the referendum advocate from Solo.
Okay, sir. Go ahead.
The Papacia movement, I don't know whether the ones rocking the boat or the northern allies who are Islamists or by nature or what. If they are still talking about the death of Belawa and stuff like that, what of the Igbos that died? You see, I don't know whether they still want this one Nigeria or not. And Kwankwaso should stand his ground. Assuming APC comes back, and is he going to rule Nigeria to APC again when the power goes to the north, when there are people there will take over? Or is this if Atiku wins? Then after Atiku will go. This is his greatest opportunity. Solomon Ofem. He should push back. And I know that the Kwankwaso is good. He's a good administrator. In combination with Obi, will carry this country forward that has been bastardized by this APC since 2015. So that's why it's not an issue. There's a rumor, it's always associated with politics when that time comes. So that is it. Obi is the magic. He has no blemish. That's why everybody is throwing stone at him. The right fruit, everybody will throw stone at him. And I'm not supporting because of any tribal sentiment, because there's a person I know that will do it. Then Jonathan wants to come and rubbish himself. It's not for him. Somebody that is recognized internationally as a peacemaker. If he wants to come and swim in dirty water, well, it's up to him. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Okay, let's see if we can read some messages. Nigeria is not designed and structured this way. We're fighting for our lives to be financially okay and free, and still fighting for security again. You worked hard to make money only to expect bandits come like a thief in the night to collect it. It's frustrating and really tiring. Olushoga Jai from Odonla, Ikorodu. Thank you very much. Let's see. Okay, let's pick this call. Hello.
Oh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters on VOP.
This is Mrs. Oluwashola from Bariga.
Okay, Mrs. Oluwashola, go ahead, ma'am.
I listened to your analysis. Save money on election time, which is wrong. It's not proper to teach the electorate to be expecting money from the candidates. That is complete. Nigeria was not like that. They started this under this 1999 democracy we are ruling. And those people that started it are in power. And do we want that to continue? Do you know Savannah Bank was collapsed because of politicians? The Society General, same thing. The election in 2037, Savannah is almost, that is why they are doing this consolidation when the election is coming now, so that they can see money to spend. And they say we didn't want to spend money. Do we want money for our future to pay for peanuts? And
we're having okay, sorry about that. Please call us back. We're having trouble reconnecting with you there. Hello.
Yeah, this is Leonard Panyaba.
Okay, Leonard. Switch off your radio set, please.
Yes, I just switch it off.
Okay.
Now, please, I want to beg you, Solomon. Don't take what people are conjecturing, what APC and his and their likes are conjecturing. If you hear something from Kwankwaso's mouth, you say, okay, this is what Kwankwaso say. They are conjecturing and trying to poison people's mind and then trying to set people against themselves. This thing is not coming from the man called Kwankwaso, or it's not even coming from his followers. Because Kwankwaso, as far as I know, is happy with the position he was the one who said, I will be your vice. And if somebody like that is, I was here when we were trying to make another person to come in, advice to Obi when Obi went into labor. I'm surprised to hear people like that say he had pity. No, there was not like pity. It is Obi is a movement. There's a movement that is organic. So the winning thing is Obi Kwankwaso. Let nobody tell you something else. If they are telling you, unless you hear from their mouth, and let me tell you, this thing that they are always saying that according to the voting. No, there was nothing like voting. Go vote according to the vote. It's according to what Mahmoud Yakubu gave us. Because Mahmoud Yakubu collected something and they gave us a long figure. What do you want, number one? We cannot play fifth to fourth and took number one to number 10 and number 10 to number 1. You understand? This is what happened.
Okay.
Let's stop using that thing that Mahmoud Yakubu gave us 2023 as the main thing. No, it is not.
Thank you.
Once it is faulty, it is faulty. It cannot be faulty and you are saying, hey, this is why Obi did not win here. No. All this is wrong.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
This is number one.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you, sir. Network.
Oh, okay. Okay. One more minute, please. 1 minute.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
We should encourage ourselves not to collect money from politicians. Not that they say they don't want to spend money. That is not good for us to encourage at all. We should shame those people that made the people poor and started use that advantage on election day to take the only power they have away. But it's like they're encouraging them. Please don't allow that. This is election time. We should condemn it fully because of our fiction.
Okay.
That is my concern.
Thank
Obi
you.
is good that we should say they should copy Obi to do the right thing. Atiku and Tinubu pay money. We saw dollars there started sharing. Buhari did not pay money before he get to power. People guide the vote for Buhari. If the money, the person Tinubu wants to be in the power. But they supported Buhari, the PDP supported Buhari, and other people supported CPC. That is why Buhari gets it on election day. People guide the vote for Buhari.
Okay.
To encourage that. That can happen. I was in Nigeria before 1960, and all these things they are playing our politics in Nigeria. It's bad politics, and the country cannot get progress. Thank you so much. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Matters on VOP.
Okay. Good afternoon, Solomon. This is Michael from Sulere.
Okay, Michael, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to ask a question. I'm asking my Nigerian brothers, if Nigeria gets better, will it stop an Hausa man from being an Hausa man? Will it stop a Christian from being a Christian? Will it stop the Muslim from being Muslims? Why all this confusion trying to put, my people used to say, jam two heads together just because of you want to steal the pleasure of people fighting. We are one, as far as I'm concerned. We are one. Every black man is one. Short, every woman is one. But I don't know the gain that everybody gets from trying to make sure that the wrong thing keeps happening, and then you're not trying to force me to accept that wrong thing. Like as if I'm a fool. We have the right people on power, and so we have the wrong people in power. Sorry, I said it. And if we have the right people in power, we'll all be happy. Please, let's do the right thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, let's read some messages. Kwankwaso is fond of doing what he is doing now. He did the same thing in 2023 general election and he got few votes. Well done, VOP family. I greet the guest. I have said this before and will keep saying it, that the method by which the opposition parties are doing their so-called coalition may not get them any chance of voting, chance of defeating the ruling party because of the self-ego of wanting to just be the flag bearer. The ruling party never used this method in 2024 when they came up with their own coalition, and this made them to succeed. The only way is for them to team up and discard all selfish ambition in order to unseat the current administration. Big Sam from Ijegu. Thank you very much, Big Sam. Look southeast and some north will stand for Peter Obi. Why the northerners are fighting Kwankwaso is because the Hausa don't want a Christian as a president, because they want to take over Nigeria, the Muslim, but it won't happen. Mr. Babu. Thank you very much, Mr. Babu. Good afternoon, VOP. Obi should go to North and have fruitful agreements with them. Thank Prince Iko from Ikeja GROA. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello. Switch off your radio set, please.
Thank you, sir. So
well done. Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name where you're calling from, please.
My name is Sunday. I'm calling from Wishi.
Okay, Sunday. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, I don't know why, just like what the last caller said, will anything change you for being who you are if the right person is there? And then you knowing the right thing, I don't know why you be pushed around and yet you accept. You see, I keep on saying it. Until the mindset of Nigeria is changed to the right way before we can get better. Now, look at what is happening. Well, your analysis says something that I like. He said, it may be that the people who are doing that are not the right people. But at the same time, why would such thing come out from the Kano side? It means that there's no one mind. So what I'm saying is that Obi and Kwankwaso should get more stronger and get more ready in time of campaigning, because they need to campaign very well to convince these people who are doing this. For them not being convinced, I tell you, it will affect their vote. So let them get ready and prepared for a real campaign that will convince people, so that people can make up their mind to vote the right people. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Welcome to VOP.
Yeah, wise man.
Yes, sir.
Hi there.
Ade, my brother. Tell us the name where you're calling from, please.
My name is Akachuku. I'm calling from Ajawa State.
Okay, Akachuku, go ahead, sir.
Good. All the people that are speaking, they are speaking well. But my own view is this. Everybody know that APC are not happy to see any other party in ballot paper. And they can do everything to frustrate any other party that are coming up. Mostly where Peter Obi is. And another thing that I want to tell Nigeria, there's one thing Oyibo man said, that we Africa always speaking how the problem comes. We don't look for the solution. African can speak how the problem comes for more than 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. But Oyibo say when the problem comes, look for the solution to tackle it. I'm begging Nigerians, and if he can reach to Peter Obi and Kwankwaso obedient movement, that this is number one thing that they will be planning now. You know, the station of VOP always telling people get your PVC. Getting PVC is okay, it's good. But another thing is to come out and vote. If you go down to Mushi area, a whole Mushi is the city of Abu. No Igbo man or Igbo woman that can come out and vote for Mushi. If NDC no come out to tell people that you see anything about security, that they will handle it in way that NDC will gather their own security with life gone in every polling unit, even if now only Lagos State, River State, and Kano.
Okay.
Where they know that block vote will come for them. That's the way to meet up these people.
Okay.
But without that,
thank you.
evil ones and the APC will not allow people to vote.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, it's time for us to go. Any message circulating about Kwankwaso without an official press conference is nothing more than a political fabrication. If Senator Kwankwaso intends not to work with Peter Obi, he will address the nation openly and directly. Until then, every other rumor should be dismissed. This is clearly a cooked-up narrative from opposition element. We must not allow ourselves to be carried away by propaganda, tribal bigotry, or the same divisive tactics that have pushed Nigeria towards a state of political and economic paralysis. Let us stay focused. Great man from UK. Thank you very much, great man. Good afternoon. Mr. Big Soul, please let us stop talking bandits. INEC and judiciary are waiting for mass to come and defend their vote 2027. Tinubu will enter again except to fight against opponents. Now please let's focus INEC and judiciary because they dance to the tune of their leader. Okay, let us be wise. It is time for us to go. Thank you very much for being part of the show today. We'll be right back on Wednesday with Chioma Innocent. Tomorrow, Tuesday, will be a new Nigeria debate to the show where we discuss exclusively politics ahead 2027. Chioma and Esther will be here for that show 1:30 to 3, after which matters will be back on Wednesday with Chioma Innocent. Again, thank you very much. Join us again then. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles at VOP903FM and subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP903FM. You can follow me on IG at Solofem1, as in SOLOFEM figure 1, and on X at Solofem. I'm Solomon Ofem, signing out. Dr. Walkie Talking and MC Chooks will be up next at 3.